How surprised were you that LeBron needed to sit last night?
The mere fact that he had to sit lets me know, Skip, because here's the thing now. When Karl Malone got to the number that he got to, everybody thought it was what, Skip? A foregone conclusion that he was going to pass Kareem. And then all of a sudden, the wheels fell completely off. So it's not a foregone conclusion.
Yep.
We think it's going to happen, but I think LeBron understands that the more games that he can play and the closer that he can get, the greater the likelihood of it is. For LeBron to miss a game, considering how well he's playing, that knee had to have been bothering him. Now, he's been managing it for quite a while because he's missed a couple of games already because of that knee.
Five.
Okay, he missed 5 games because of that knee. So,
and reportedly, it was swelling,
right,
which is the worst sign. But go ahead.
Because it's telling you that knee is trying to protect itself. Try to protect you, say, bro, I'm going to go and swell on up, let you know that there's something going on here that you need to get looked at. So I am very surprised, considering that coming off of that kind of performance that he had on Saturday night. Normally, Skip, guy have like, hey, I'm going to see if I can follow this thing up, what type of, and it's not like San Antonio has these great defenders.
No.
So for me, for him to miss that game, it lets me know that that knee was bothering him. Could he possibly miss the Houston game? Possible. But maybe a couple of days off is what he needed in order for him to come back and be full strength. I mean, look, we've never seen a guy asked to do at this juncture of his career. In year 19, he's 37 years of age. He's playing 37 minutes a night. Skip.
Agreed.
You're asking him, and the mere fact that you're asking him to do this lets you know just how great he is, because nobody in the history of the game has been asked to do this at this age. And he's doing it. They're not winning a whole lot of games. But for him to perform at the level that he's playing at, lets you know just how special of a talent that he is. But I was surprised. And so, but him being like this, Skip, I think it's, I'm cautious. I'm not sounding the alarm, but I think this thing bears watching.
Shannon Sharpe. I didn't look at the internet before the game came on, so I just turned it on cold. And when I saw LeBron sitting at the end of the bench in the first few seconds of the game, watching on Sports Spectrum here in L.A., the local telecast, with his hood up, eating popcorn, I got to tell you, my popcorn was ready for that game because he is still the most entertaining player in the game. He is still the face of the league. I have my issues with him, but I love watching him, and I tell you that all the time because he is still the most interesting man in the NBA and the most entertaining player. So not only was I disappointed, but I went 5-alarm because I was shocked that he, off a 56-point performance with a day in between, at San Antonio against a team 15 games under 500, just when I thought your Lakers maybe were poised for takeoff here because they could beat the Spurs, they could go 2 nights later to Houston, they can beat the Rockets, and they could go home 2 nights later on Friday night, and they can beat the Wizards. Am I right? And that would make 4 in a row, and maybe we'd start saying, okay, here they come. Maybe they'll be a dangerous playoff foe for somebody if they can slip into the back door.
They're trying to get entrenched into the play-in because now they're the 9 and they're battling New Orleans for the 10.
But if they could fight through that, and even if they're the 8 seed playing probably Phoenix, but okay, so we'd have a rematch of the first round last year. It took 6 games for Phoenix to eliminate them. Could they rise up? Well, I still say, I see the pieces there.
Especially with Chris Paul injury.
Because I don't know how he's going to come back. I'm not sure about that. And Devin Booker has been in and out. He's in
protocol, I
think. Not right. Not correct, okay? So who knows what could happen? So my point is, I'm on the edge of the seat. I'm thinking, how is LeBron going to follow up? We ended the show yesterday predicting, and I said 37, 12, and 4 assists. Because I thought it's him and Joel. They are locked in a duel for the scoring title. And Joel was in the process as we spoke because he got an hour and a half head start because I was watching his game on the other TV. he's in the process of going for 43 because he's saying, okay, LeBron, can you top this?
I need to put some distance between us.
That is correct. And he ended up putting some distance only because LeBron is sitting in the end of the bench and did not even participate.
Correct.
Okay. You know how I feel about knees. That they alarm me more than any other part of the body. The great Howard Cosell once said, it's the knee, it's always the knee. Well, it is in the end. The older you get, it's always the knee. It's the one joint you can't function without.
No.
And I've had 3 knee surgeries. You haven't had any knee surgeries, but you've had all kinds of knee issues.
I got a couple of scopes.
Did you have scopes? Okay, so you do know what that's like.
Yes.
Okay, I've only had 3 scopes, but my point is, I've been blessed because I don't have any swelling, and you do have swelling.
I do.
When you have swelling, as you just said, your body is screaming back at you, I got a problem here. And usually if there's swelling, there's some surgical type issue that is evolving. And if you continue to pound on it, you're going to wind up having to at least get it scoped, if not deeper than that, right?
I don't think LeBron.
He's never had one.
Right. Not that I can recall, Skip. I don't think he's had any off-season surgeries.
I don't think he's had any. Knees, shoulders,
nothing.
Foot. I don't think there's been any joint issue with him at all. So he has been really blessed. I used to call him Iron Man, but now as he gets into year 18, 19, he starts to have a little of this and a little of that because guess what? He's still human.
Yes.
And he's amazingly durable as a human, but this is the one that troubles me way more than the groin pull or the whatever else. It's usually some kind of groin. It's soft tissue.
Remember, he had the ankle.
And the ankle. Okay. I can live with that because it's not career-threatening. This is the one where you say, wait a second.
And the thing was, Skip, we saw him make a sudden movement where he almost did a split in the groin. We saw the guy rolled up. You're like, okay, I see him jumping. I see him dunking the basketball. Okay, where did this come from? Nobody saw the impact or the situation that caused the knee to be compromised. So that's what's concerning. Is like, well, if you fell on the knee, we could understand. He got rolled, we could understand. But this seemingly happened out of the blue.
Okay, did one time on Saturday night versus Golden State, did you see him wince or limp? Because I did not. I saw no sign at all of any lingering knee pain or any flinch or any, you know how it is. After a while, you just keep pounding, you keep jumping, you keep thunder dunking. It's just going to bark at you. And I didn't see any barking, any evidence of any barking. So at the end of the night last night, I was hoping for the sake of our show, the league, just the whole NBA, that this was simply a load management issue where he just said, I just need a night off for whatever reason. Let's say it's the knee, but maybe it's not really the knee. Well, the problem with the load management issue is it wasn't back-to-back. So you did have Sunday off. Now, you had to travel to get there for Monday, and to his credit, he didn't stay home. Right? So did that mean he went out and tried it? We saw the first time it happened, he went out and he flinched. You know, he's like, God, this isn't right. And so he missed 5 games. Well, right now, this team can't afford to have him miss 5 games.
He missed 5 games this summer.
Well, they're sunk. They're going to miss it all. They're going to miss the play-in if they're not careful, because somebody, if not, I can't believe I'm saying this, if not the Spurs, the Spurs could get on a little roll and catch them.
It seems more likely the Pelicans, because it seems like...
No, but I mean, the Pelicans would be 9-10, so then at least the Lakers would go back to 10. But I'm talking about falling to 11.
Because we thought Portland was right there for a time, and then they've lost the last 2 or 3 games.
They have, because they lost their momentum when the All-Star break came, and then they haven't been the same. But it looked like they were taking off.
They did. But for LeBron to be playing as well as he is, Skip, 29 and a half, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 37 minutes, for him to miss a game when he's playing, because he's like, he said it, Skip, I'm in one of the best offensive rhythms I've been in my career.
I got it.
And for him to take time off.
I see it. Yeah. Okay, something happened.
Yes.
Something not good happened. Something that should be a big cause for alarm going forward, because if they don't have LeBron and AD, and again, if I just told you going into this year, because, again, you acquire Russell Westbrook, and you say, hey, you got Russ, and obviously LeBron wanted Carmelo to join him for one last hurrah, right? So you got Russ, Carmelo, and I think LeBron blessed Dwight coming back. If you told me you had those three players going into this year to win a game against a San Antonio team that was 15 games under 500, I'd say those three could be enough of a big three that you can win that game,
Right.
and they were not.
Skip, normally, say 2 years ago, or Oklahoma City, Russ, this is the kind of game Russell Westbrook would have won. Russell Westbrook have beaten teams like this.
Well, remember, in the first three games this year against San Antonio, he'd been bad out of hell, man.
Right.
He'd been hard to control.
And that's why you get him. Because you say if either one of our big three, if we got two of the three, we're good. And even if we have one, we should be okay if we're playing somebody like in San Antonio. Now, I'm not expecting one guy to be able to beat the Bucks or to beat the Miami Heat or the Philadelphia 76ers or somebody like that. Skip.
This game.
Thank you.
Game.
Yes, yes.
And it's Houston coming up 2 nights. Again, Houston just knocked off Memphis, and that was a significant loss for Memphis.
Right.
But my point is,
we're icing right now.
you better be.
We're icing right now.
Well, I hope you're not.
I
I hope you're not draining right now, because if you're getting it drained, we got problems.
We got some for Houston.
Well, I hope you have something for
Houston, you got a problem.
Dude.
You got a problem all night.
Well, Houston had lost 12 straight games before they knocked off
They're about to lose 13-14. How about that?
Well,
We're going to do that one for you.
oh, so now you're back on the bandwagon.
We're going to do
even
that
off
for
that
you.
loss.
Hold on, no. I'm on LeBron's wagon.
Well, gentlemen, the Lakers say they do not expect this to be a long-term injury.
we don't
They're
expect that.
quote-unquote hopeful LeBron will be back Wednesday to face the Rockets. But Shannon, I got to tell you, my Pelicans are coming for your Lakers. Watch out.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.